Had a little bag and I would stop in the middle of the street and pretend to apply lipstick, and people would just stop and look at me, and I must have been like 5 or 6 years old.
And it all starts now on A New Thing Live. Are you ready? So I want to welcome you to A New Thing Live, where we have something new every Monday. This is a brand new show, and my name is Cindy Galley. I have the honor and the privilege of hosting this fun show where really something new happens on our show, on our end every week. But this show is going to be so amazing. We have some powerhouse leaders, entrepreneurs, business owners. So I'm so glad that you're here. Hey, this is an interactive show. So make sure that no matter where you're joining from, you're letting us know, I'm coming from blank. I'm from, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, we want to know, but we want to thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time, I'm super glad that you're here. Even talking a little bit about JLo, we know that she's got that glow. She's got that skin that, you look at those commercials and I think, my goodness, I don't think my skin ever looked like, I don't know that it ever will. But I will tell you that someone who I know already who would go toe to toe with JLo's glow is our very next guest. She is a makeup artist. She's an esthetician, and she's the owner of a beautiful business called The Makeup Bar. Would you welcome with me tonight, Miss Francesca Miranda, gorgeous glow herself. Yes, beautiful. Hi, Francesca.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm so good. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, being here with all these powerhouse women, entrepreneurs. And so, yes, your skin, I can already see it's glowing. I'm like, oh, I have so many questions for her already.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yes. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your journey, because I know that you've done makeup, but I also know that you have your own makeup line as well, which you do carry on with your business, The Makeup Bar. Tell us, how did you get into, the skin care industry? Did you always know that you had a desire for that, or is it just something that you just kind of fell into?
I think I always had it in me because my mom used to buy me those plastic makeup that came with the earrings, the lipstick, the blush. And my dad would take me to Mexico, and I had a little bag and I would stop in the middle of the street and pretend to apply lipstick, and people would just stop and look at me, and I must have been like 5 or 6 years old, and just applying makeup. And then if you look at pictures of me when I was like 5 or 7, I was so into fashion and wanting to look beautiful. And I was in the hotel industry, and my boss would always tell me, you are in the wrong business.
What? You had a boss telling you that?
Yes.
That says something.
She would always tell me, you are in the wrong business. What are you doing here? And I'm like, well, I love hospitality. I love talking to people. But I think I always had it in me. When I was a little girl, I always said I wanted to be a police officer, went to school to get my criminal justice major. Halfway through, I decided that it wasn't for me, and I was just going to follow my dream.
I love that. That takes so much courage, because there's a lot of people that they will realize that they've spent years, pursuing something, even maybe going to school. I know I had a friend who would spend a few years in school and realized halfway through or a little bit over that wasn't even what she wanted to do. And I applauded her for putting the brakes on it, pulling back, and then going back in the new thing that she wanted to do. First it was nursing, and then it was changed to dentistry. And I thought, wow, to me, that's so courageous. And so hats off to you for doing that. Sometimes people will just say, you know what, I'm just going to do it because I've already been doing it. And it's a courageous move to, first of all, listen to your heart, to what is your heartbeat really saying. And the fact that you're saying you're 5 years old, you're putting on that plastic, I know exactly what you're talking about, those little plastic contacts with the plastic lipstick that didn't even put any color on your lips.
At all.
You were convinced they were red. You were convinced
Yes.
you had that red and those little bejeweled plastic, so I love that. So the name of your skincare is, how do you pronounce it? Is it Taily?
Exactly, Taily.
Okay, so how did you now get into your own skincare line? Because that to me is a whole animal in itself. I'm like, she's got all kinds of courage to be doing that.
Yes. Well, back in 2016, when I started the makeup bar, I was always looking for brands to carry at the shop, and we wanted to make sure that we were bringing performing products that would have really good ingredients. And it was kind of hard at the beginning to find a skincare product that I really loved. Being Latina, and you probably have experienced this, that when you get a pimple or a breakout, then you have some hyperpigmentation. So it shows most of the time. So I set out to find a company that would produce a product for me that would help with exfoliation at a deeper level and with hyperpigmentation. And that's how Taily was born. That is my first product. It is made here in the USA. I think it has been just a lot of research, a lot of trial and error to find a company that really sees my idea of where I want to go with Taily. And I finally found a company that's helping me, I guess, complete that vision that I have for Taily.
That's so good. I think as you're saying that, the importance of making sure that you are partnered with people that see your vision. And I think we can't rush through those types of decisions. I think it's good to do the research. It's like, why when someone's going to buy a home or looking for a school to go to, unless you just know I want to go to that one school. But there's something to be said about taking your time. And, we're always in such a rush, especially before the pandemic. Everything was just rush, fast, express, 1 hour. I mean, everything was like now, instant. And to me, when it's something that should be lasting and something of value, something, especially if this is representing you, this is your brand, this is your skincare line. I love that you said, you found a company that says yes to your vision, because at the end of the day, this is you, this is your brand. Like, nobody has the vision for your makeup, your skincare line, except for you. And what does that look like? I love that. I was looking at your website, and you have so many beautiful products on there. But one of the things that I liked was it just, even the care of the animals. I think it's a cruelty-free product, which I think is great. Sometimes we don't think about those things. And I'm an avid animal lover. Like, I will be on Instagram sharing, tagging friends on this little doggy video and this little llama video and this little elephant video and this, because I just love animals, bunnies, and all of that. So when I see the treatment, I'm the one that's signing petitions and things like that. Now, it can be a little hypocritical because I do wear leather, but this is my thing. I just say, I know that the animals, this is how I feel. Like, animals really are kind of like for our benefit in a way, but they shouldn't be treated cruelly.
Absolutely not.
Right. When they're living and they're alive, treat them with kindness, honor them, love them, care for them, feed them, be good to them, and every one of us, our days will end somewhere. So animals, humans, every one of us, our days will end somewhere. So I just appreciated seeing that you went out of your way to make sure that your product was specifically cruelty-free.
And it's also vegan, cruelty-free. We make sure there's no parabens in it and other bad ingredients. So I make sure that the lab really understands my vision because like you said, if I'm going to put a product out there, that product is representing me. I want to put out a quality product that you will be able to see results maybe within a week or two, that you will come back and want to buy that product from me over and over. I don't want to put out a product that you're just going to purchase once. I want to make sure that I'm delivering a quality product.
That's so good. Yes, you want those customers that are gonna just say, this is my brand. This
Hmm.
is my skincare. And, I know for me, even before the pandemic, I was using kind of an expensive eye concealer from
Hmm.
Tom Ford, and I used it for quite a few years because I just was married to it. But always open to something new. But I think especially as women, when we find a product that works well with our skin, with our color, then I think you want to hold on to it, and you'll cut corners elsewhere so that you can still have that product. So that's beautiful. I love that. Your vision for that. So, what would be some tips you could tell us, maybe 2 or 3 tips on how to have healthy, glowing skin? You read different things, but I'm like, well, we're going to bring her on here so she can answer that for us.
Yeah, well, that's the other reason why I wanted to go to esthetician school because um, people would always tell me, I want my makeup to look like yours. How come my makeup doesn't look like yours? Like, what am I doing wrong? And I'm like, well, the skin is like a canvas. If you want the makeup to look beautiful, you have to treat your skin right. Everything starts with skin. If you take good care of your skin when you go on and apply a foundation, it's just going to look beautiful on you. Price has nothing to do with how the skin is going to look at the end. You can buy a $8 foundation, but if you have a beautiful canvas, it's just going to look lovely. You can have a $50 foundation, and if you have beautiful skin, it's going to do the same thing for you. It all starts with skin.
Wow, that's so good. So, do you use, I'm sure that most of the products you use are your own. Do you use all of your products for everything from skincare to makeup? Do you kind of, I'm the person that I'll get this brand and then this brand, and I'm not married to one brand.
That's totally fine. You can combine a lot of different products, even
Mhm.
with skincare and with makeup. You can combine a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Because of I have the makeup bar and then I have my own skincare brand. I promote both. I
Okay.
carry a lot of great products at the makeup bar, but then I also have my one product, which is two skins, is an exfoliation. So don't be afraid to combine products. You can always combine, high end with low end. That's why I created the makeup bar. I wanted to bring a lot of products under one umbrella and be able to put products out there depending on your budget. So don't be afraid to combine high and low end products. You can absolutely do that.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you for that. And then, you hear some of these things like, you need to wash your face every night, you need to wash, of course, every morning. Then it's like, so people say, well, you don't have to wash it at night. Sometimes I fall asleep and my makeup is still on. Of course, the
Oh
morning,
no.
I know,
No,
I know.
no, no, no. You know that.
I'll fall asleep and it's like I'll wake
No.
up in the morning and I go, oh,
Uh-huh.
my blush is still on.
One of my sisters does that. Actually, two of them. Two of them will do that. And I'm like, do you know you just aged 10 years in one night? You
Okay.
cannot do that.
Well, thank you for clarifying that because I'm like, oh, that's just a myth. Like, no, that's not. So, what should we be doing every night?
Every night, I cannot stress this enough. you have to make sure that you remove your makeup. On Instagram, some people will ask me, well, I don't wear any makeup. Why should I be washing my face at night? Definitely. There's a lot of pollution out there. So basically, if you do not wash your face, or I also have clients that when they come to me for makeup application, I have to ask them, are you wearing any moisturizer? And they tell me, no, no, I don't wear anything at all. And I'm like, nothing at nothing at all, not even a moisturizer. And they say, no, I just get up, I just, rinse my face with cold water and I go about my day. And I'm like, oh my God, no, that your face becomes the filter. If there is no moisturizer, there's no, you don't have a protective barrier. So your skin becomes the filter. So everything, the free radicals, everything that's out there, it all goes directly to your skin. So even if you do not wear makeup at night, you have to wash your face at night just to get rid of dirt, oil, anything that's just there.
That's so good. Okay, so then that
And in
means
the morning,
tonight I need
yes,
to take my makeup off.
please do, please do, please remove your makeup at night. I cannot stress that enough. And in the morning, there's no need to wash your face. If you removed all the makeup, you use your night moisturizer. In the morning, you can just go ahead and rinse your face with cold water. There's really no need to use anything soapy.
Okay. Yeah, I think, and then this is the other thing that I'm notorious for. I subscribed for a while to Glossy Box, and then for a little bit I did Ipsy, and then more recently it was like Glamour Box. And so now I have all these different like products. So then it's like, oh, I'm washing. So there's nothing consistent about my makeup regimen at all. I mean, it's crazy. Just like I'll use, oh, I'm going to try this moisturizer. I'm going to try this this mask and things like that. And so I like that you said you can mix the high end with the low end, but it probably would be good at some point just to lock in to a regimen that works well with my skin type.
Definitely.
All
It's
the
so
time.
Yes, it's so important to know your skin type. For example, you have to know, do I have dry skin? Do I have oily skin? Do I have combination skin? It's so important to know all those things because then you know what products to apply. We don't want to apply, for example, if you have oily skin, we don't want to apply a product maybe that was made for dry skin. So that's why it's really important to know your skin type, just so you can apply the right products.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you so much. And, I'm just so excited about, I really do want to take a look, going to the makeup bar. .us and just seeing, there were so many beautiful things on there. It was even some like athletic wear and things like that. But I just want to really scroll and, just see really what would work well for my skin. But I'm getting older, so I know that actually
That's their excuse. That's not an excuse.
no, I was just going to say getting older has made me more like I need to put moisturizer on.
Yes.
In my 40s, I don't want to, I didn't do that very often. But as I was hitting 50, I realized, oh, I need to start putting moisturizer. I need to put, sunscreen. So I do feel like what you're saying. I feel like my face is, I like that I do some of those things, but I definitely can be so much kinder to my face. And then I think too that over the last couple of years, just drinking a lot more water. And I think there's just things like that are practical tips that people should be doing as well, to take good care of their skin. So
absolutely. And in hydration, it's really important to drink water throughout the day. As we get older, as we age, our oil production depletes. So there's a lot of things that happen when we start aging. When we're young, our cells regenerate more often, but then when we hit probably between 25, 28, our cells regenerate every 30 days. So that's why it's so important to help our skin to, nurture the skin with the right products, just to help the skin regenerate.
Yes, that's so good. Okay, well, thank you so much. So, if anybody wants to just to continue to look and browse through your website, I know that you have a lot of different, you offer so many different curated selections of skincare and cosmetics, and I really like that it's clean and it seems like it's organic as well.
Yes,
So,
we do.
yeah, that's just beautiful. So, yes, be sure to head on over to her website. This is her online beauty store, the makeupbar.us. I know that she personally, curates that, and that she also
I
has
do.
her beauty line as well, her cosmetic line. And so you are amazing, and thank you so
Thank you.
much. Yes, I'm gonna. My goal is to have skin that looks like yours. After I take care of my skin, then my next step is the makeup, because that one I don't have that down yet either.
Yes, and that's the way it's supposed to be. First, you want to take care of your skin, and then makeup can wait, but just
Okay.
take care of your skin.
I love that. And then also your Instagram, for those of you that are watching, please head on over to her Instagram, which is I believe, is it at the Makeup Bar US? Is that you? I'm
Yes.
hoping so. Okay.
No, that's actually my for the makeup bar, but mine is Francie Dosa
Okay.
at Francie Dosa.
Okay. Well, we'll on our website, we'll be sure to put the right one on there, because I remember trying to tag you, and I looked in. I don't think that's her website. I mean, her Instagram. But that is your website,
Yes,
themakeupbar.us. So be
correct.
sure to check out her website. Just do that. Don't worry about the Instagram right now. And then be sure to head on over to our website too. If you forget, then we're going to have her information up on our website as of tomorrow. So thank you so much. Is there anything else, Francesca, that you want to leave our viewers with regarding beauty or cosmetics, or even just in pursuit of your dreams?
Probably in pursuit of your dreams. I think I want to share with everyone, don't be afraid to go after your dreams. If you have been given a talent, show it off. I don't know, share it with people. Sometimes I do hold back and I don't share a lot of the things I know, because I I'm shy. I'm a little shy, and I'm like, no, I don't think I could do that. But then I do have people send me DMs, and I'm always giving them advice. And people always tell me, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? So, when God has a purpose for you, He will find a way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for those words of encouragement. And it's been such a joy to have you on the show
Thank you
and
for
to
having
meet you
me.
here on the show. You are wonderful. Thank you
Thank
for saying
you.
yes to those dreams in your heart and putting the brakes on that criminal justice girl, because this is your calling. And
Yes.
this is your gift.
Yes. Thank you.
Wonderful. Absolutely. Well, we'll have you back. And until then, you have a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you, Francesca. Bye bye. Wow. Yeah, she's got that beautiful glow that we all long for and desire. So please be sure to head on over to themakeupbar.us and check out her website, and just take your time, maybe while you're listening to some jazz. How about that? That just sounds like a really relaxing way to end your evening. Well, what a powerful night. I mean, truly, tonight was wrapped up with powerhouses and so much fun. And I pray, my heart is that each one of you, there's always something that we're all going through. And so, we hear things, we receive things a little differently. And that's why we like to have more than just one special guest, because it's like, oh, that one, what that person said really, really with me. For me, I feel like all four tonight specifically, I wish I was just sitting and writing down, because there were some things I was like, oh, that's so good. So thank you from the bottom of our heart for joining us tonight. If you're not yet subscribing to us, do that. Share our show, YouTube. We are a New Thing Live on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. We are a New Thing a New Thing .live. And then on Facebook, we are a New Thing .live as well. And then, we're here for you. So we're in your corner. And we talked about two are better than one. If any of you are feeling just isolated, lonely, scared, intimidated, all of the above, email us, hello@anewthinglife.com. We do pray for those of you that write in, the direct messages, the DMs that we're getting. We do. Our team loves you, and we do this for you. And so we're here for you. And so anyway, enough. All that said, I'm trying to wrap up by 9 o'clock. It's already 9:03, so I missed it by 3 minutes. But hey, next week it'll be under 2 hours. I promise. I promise. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Remember, there's always a new thing that is waiting just for you, not anybody else, but just for you. So have your heart open this week. Be open to hear what God wants to say to you, and be open to what he wants to do in your life. Don't forget to follow all of our special guests tonight: Victoria Hernandez, Amanda Clements, Heather Bray, and Francesca Miranda. We just had a wonderful, wonderful group of women tonight. Girl bosses brought it tonight. So do have a wonderful week. Mark your calendars for next Monday night. Set your alarm. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next Monday night on A New Thing Live. Are you ready? Hey, help us get the word out about our new show. Subscribe today, right now, to A New Thing Live.